Alright, what's up? It's the one and only Hip Hop Gamer, but I got my boy Ash with me. You already know what it is. So Ash, man, like I said before, like this is crazier than the E3 build, dude. Crazier than the E3 build. And now that I got a chance to really play it and get more in depth with it, like this joint look stupid sick, son. Like it's on a whole nother planet. So the year off that y'all took has worked wonders for y'all. Like y'all can release this now and people will be happy and you will not go through that Unity scenario that happened before. I can promise you that, man. What you guys been doing, man? Talk to me. What's up?
You know, when we started this project, it's been almost 4 years now. We knew we wanted to do a big game. We wanted to reinvent Assassin's Creed, modernize it, bring something fresh. And we were lucky that the company, the upper management, all agreed with us, and so they gave us the time to do it. And you know, we've taken advantage of these 4 years, and I'm happy to hear that you like what you see so far. And we even have a few months to go, so we're still polishing, balancing, stabilizing, because the experience is just so big. The scope of the game is massive, so there is still stuff for us to do. But I'm super happy to see that you're excited about it, that you enjoyed what you played. So most definitely we needed that extra time. We needed these 4 years to make the game we wanted to make. If we didn't have the time, it would be a different game. So I'm super happy that we've had the time and that we've been able to bring something really new for Assassin's Creed.
Now, one thing I want to say is one of my favorites is Assassin's Creed Syndicate. And one of the reasons why was because of the combat system. The combat system in Syndicate reminded me a lot of Batman. Like Batman games, like Arkham Origins and stuff like that. Now, what I want to ask you is the combat system in here, I really like it too. Don't get it twisted. I really like it too. But I felt like, I guess when it came to like doing counters, like if somebody tries to hit you, and you could just counter it and do this other stuff, I really didn't get the sense of that. So in terms of the combat system, it seems like you're still powerful and vulnerable, like at the same time. So what's the idea behind Assassin's Creed Origins combat system, and also talk about how you evolve over the game with the new stuff you'll be able to do?
Yeah, so the combat system, it was, again, you know, when we talk about reinventing Assassin's Creed, combat is such a big part of that it meant that we needed to bring something new. And so that's what we did. We decided that we're going to change the philosophy of combat. Before, combat used to be what we call paired animation. It means when you press attack, you and an enemy come together, play an animation, and split up. Now it's a hitbox-based system, which effectively means you press attack, you're going to swing your weapon, regardless of who's there or not. So if you hit air, then you open yourself up to being vulnerable. And the reason we do that is we wanted the gameplay depth that comes from that. You know, all of a sudden now the length of your weapon, the speed of your weapon, the position of the enemies and the weapons they have all matter. So we feel that it gives a lot more depth to the combat system. Wow. Having said that, you know, you were mentioning counter-attacking and all that. There are parry moves. You can parry enemies when they attack, which opens them up to taking bonus damage, taking new hits. But it's a skill to be able to pull it off. The timing is quite tight. So we've decided that we wanted gameplay depth and skill to play a more pivotal role, because we want people to be in the game world, you know, 40, 50, 60 hours.
Absolutely.
And that, wow. Exactly, and that constantly the game is proposing to you new challenges, new rewards, new ways to play the combat system. So this is why we went into this direction. We feel we needed to bring something fresh and new, something that could live in the game for a long time, and you know, offer us things like now we can do boss fights, like super epic boss fights.
You know, I know about the boss fights.
No, and there's some wild ones in the game. There's stuff we haven't shown that is incredible. I'm really happy we achieved it. So it's all thanks to the new combat system. In terms of abilities and stuff that you unlock as you progress through the game, so for sure there's abilities that you unlock, but the abilities, it really depends on your playstyle. Okay. If you want to dedicate yourself to fight, there's a lot of fight-related abilities that enhance your combos, give you new attacks that you can do from different positions, different situations. But if you want to invest yourself into stealth, if you want to invest yourself into archery with the bow, there's a lot of abilities linked to all that stuff. So it's really about how do you want to craft your character. You can be a hybrid if you want. If you want to be both warrior and assassin, why not?
Nice.
So there's a lot of ways the players can create their own character.
Yeah.
And for sure, that's just the abilities. Then there's all the different weapons and all the properties of weapons and attributes. We put a lot of effort to making sure that there's always something new to find in the game.
Got you. So now with Assassin's Creed Origins, right? Obviously, this is the origin story that you're telling. So is there a reason why you felt now was the time to tell this origin story? And what does it mean going forward in the future of Assassin's Creed games once this origin story has been told?
Well, the way it started is very early on we decided we wanted to do Egypt. And that this is a setting that we've been wanting to do for a very long time. But doing a world as big as this one and as let's say as intricate and complex as it is, we weren't always sure that we had the tech to do it, the technology to do it. And so when we finished Black Flag, we felt that yes, we were ready. The stuff that we learned by making the Caribbean helped us to build this world. So we felt ready to do that. Now, when we talk about Egypt, now that we set on that, when we asked ourselves when in Egypt, we very quickly settled on this time period of 49 BCE, that time right before the new era comes to be. And because you have crazy historic moments, crazy historic characters like Cleopatra, Caesar, and meeting these characters and living the experience that they went through that sort of ended the last era, it felt epic. And so how can we tell an epic story in an epic context that was an important game for Assassin's Creed?
Gotcha.
And naturally, it felt like, okay, this is where the Brotherhood came from. This is where the origin came from.
Gotcha.
So it was a natural progression for us to get there very quickly. It was really because we started with Egypt as our setting.
Yeah, got you.
And as for where it goes in the future, this origin story is directly canon. It's directly part of the story of Ezio, of Edward, of Altair. Yeah, and we touch upon a lot of the stuff that you might see in those games in terms of rituals, symbols. So there is even at some point, even if it's an origin story, there's an homage to the series in the game. And so it's a really good point, for the fans, for people who want to know how did this ritual come to be, or how did this symbol come to be. But because it's an origin story, it's a good place for people who don't know anything about the series to be able to play the game and not feel like they missed out on something, and maybe even get them to explore what those other games were like once they, if they fell in love with this experience, which I hope they do.
Oh, no, they will. Facts, dog. You know how I get down, so I'm gonna talk about this the right way, son. This is crazy. So I have a couple more questions for you. Now my next question, you gotta hold the belt for this question though. Gotta hold the belt for this question, so they can know Hip Hop Gamer is really doing the interview. So here's the deal, man. And we've seen Assassin's Creed in a multiplayer format before. You know what I'm saying? I've seen Assassin's Creed multiplayer. Do you think that there can be some sort of expansion or in the next project that you work with, however you decide? But I would love, and the reason I'm asking this question because Bayek, is it Bayek or Bayek? Bayek. Okay, so Bayek, his wife, she is beast, son. She could fight, son. She was killing. All right, listen. All right, hold on. I got to turn this around. Wait, my bad. I got to turn this around. Look, they had alligators come and attack me, son. Alligators came on the dirt in the sand to come attack me, son. It was amazing. And she took care of it. Like, she was whipping their ass. It was amazing. So what I wanted to say is, will we ever get a chance to have co-op? Think about it, playing a co-op story in Assassin's Creed together? That would be an incredible mode, I think, to share with friends and stuff like that. What do you think about that? What would it take to make something like that happen? Or do you feel it's just not good for the series?
What can I say? The thing is, when we started this game and really telling ourselves we need to reinvent Assassin's Creed,
right.
We knew that it meant that we're going to open up a lot of the concepts of the series, combat, quest structure, the RPG element. The world itself is very different. So I felt like we took the most ambitious path we could take to the best of our abilities to make Assassin's Creed Origins come of what we decided to do and where we ended up going with it. Having said that, to make this come to life and to do it with the time we had and to do to the quality that we needed to do it, we focused on a single player experience. Having said that, there are online components to this experience, but it is mostly focused on the single player experience. For the future, honestly, let's ship this one. We still have a few months to go. Our focus is really on nailing this experience and making sure that we deliver something spectacular and phenomenal and something that meets, I think, what our fans and our players hope to see with this kind of game. So we still have a bit of time. We're focused on that. The future will come. It'll be another day to talk about that.
We'll see. All right, 2 more questions for you.
Sure.
Now, in terms of like a lot of the boss battles in the arena, the arena fights and everything like that, I thought that was crazy. I would love to see, like 1v1, maybe even 2v2, in an arena setting. I would love to see that. Hopefully y'all can do that. But that's not the question. That's just a statement that I would love for you to do. The question is, will we be able to like do something where we could have allies, have animals as allies? I would love to have a lion and send it after my enemies and stuff like that. Do you guys got any plans or ways where we could utilize the animals of the world to be an ally?
Yeah, we do actually. There's an ability. We can even take a look at it. So yeah, you have an ability where you can tame predator animals.
I love
lions.
You so much.
You can tame a hippo. You can tame crocodiles, hyenas.
I'm emotional right now. I'm emotional right now. I had to flip the camera up another way. Okay.
Yeah. So it's one of the play styles of the game. It's to be able to manipulate the environment. To do your bidding, let's say.
Yeah.
And one of those abilities is that you can tame animals and you can have them do your own bidding and go after, you can technically have targets killed by a crocodile. I've had some amazing experiences with taming animals and then having them go after my targets. Yeah, definitely you can do that.
That's crazy. All right, so now for the last question, obviously, this game is coming out on Xbox One X. This is what we're playing on right now, and it looks phenomenal. I guess if you could be as neutral and fair as possible, but someone like myself that owns a PS4 Pro, and I will get an Xbox One X, what would be the reason, in your opinion, just from a gamer standpoint, what would be the reason to get the Xbox One X version over the PS4 Pro version if you're a console owner? Because we all know if you're a PC owner, get the PC version. You know what I'm saying? But for a console owner, if you have both systems, what would be the reason to get the Xbox One X version over the PS4 Pro version?
So the thing with the Xbox One X is it has a faster processor, it has more RAM, and the resolution scaling, the fact that we can push the game at 4K, it naturally means for us that the work, the effort that our artists, our engineers, our technical directors, these are super talented people that try to push the game and make it look as beautiful as possible.
Right.
And the thing is, on the Xbox One X, it actually, it really gets there. It really allows us to push the visuals as far as we can go. And with the world, the size and the scope of Egypt that we have, this only enhances the experience. So the game looks absolutely stunning. I mean, you can say it yourself. You can see it yourself.
Oh, you already know. I know. I've been going crazy. Yeah, son, I'm ready to go.
So that's the thing. On the Xbox One X, we're really able to take advantage of the hardware as much as we can to make it shine as best as possible. So just the sheer fact that it has more RAM and a faster processor pretty much means we can push the visuals that much more.
Got you. So look, man, it's the one and only HipHopGamer Hot 97. And listen, man, I gotta tell y'all something. Like, this is my dude for real. Ash, I appreciate you. I love you. I love your heart. I love your work. Dude, your team is incredible. And what I've played is incredible. When can we expect it to come out?
So the game launches October 27th on Xbox One, PS4, PS4 Pro, PC. and then on November 7th as a launch title for Xbox One X.
Wow. You already know it's going down. One love and God bless your boy Hip Hop Gamer, and we are out. Peace. Peace.